that every Oriental dancer must read, the basics of the basics. Are you interested? So often I am asked, what should I read? Where should I start if I want to study Egyptian dance? What are you reading, Joana? And I am a compulsive reader. I've always loved reading and writing, so I always have a lot of suggestions to offer. But there is a base. Even if you are not a bookworm like myself, even if reading is not a part of your daily life, which I hope it is or it will be, these are the ones that as an Oriental dancer, a student, a professional, a curious amateur, you cannot escape. Are you ready for them? I know you are. Before I share my book recommendations, the basic book recommendations for Oriental dancers, let me deliver the protocol. My name is Joana Saahirah. I'm a world-renowned Oriental dancer, teacher, choreographer, and author, and I'm also the creator of the pioneering Joana Saahirah's World and Joana Saahirah's Online Dance School, delivering authentic Egyptian dance, personal discovery, and empowerment. If you are not a part of our community yet, this is the moment when you subscribe to our free and fabulous newsletter. You're going to find the link to do so in the description box below this video, and I'm going to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, and click on the notifications bell button on so that you are warned every time I have new goodies coming into the channel. Yes, you will. That's it for now. Remember one thing, reading, educating yourself around the history, the culture, the mentality of Egypt is a part of your dance learning process. So many dancers believe that because they're studying dance, the only thing they ought to do is memorize steps and postures and moves and choreographies. But I have news for you. Learning Egyptian dance is much more than just memorizing steps and moves and choreographies. Although that is a part of it, that's not all that you gotta do. You have to know the culture behind it. You have to know the geography, the politics, the mentality, what came before, who did what and when, so that you know the dance from the inside out and you are able to enjoy it more fully and to grow from it, dance-wise and personally wise. That's it. If you are not convinced yet, let me tell you, reading is a huge pleasure. As a professional dancer who has been working in this field for more than 20 years in Egypt, then around the world, I can assure you, my education has gone through so many phases, and in all of them, there was a book. There was a book informing me about the dancers who came before me, a book telling me about the history behind the movements that I was doing, a book inspiring me to love and respect my craft even further. Are you ready for this adventure? I know you are. Without further ado, let me share my basic book recommendation for Oriental dancers. Yalla bina. The first book on my list of recommended books for Oriental dancers is a classic of all classics. Some dancers hate it, some dancers love it, some dancers claim there is a lot of misinformation in it, but I personally love it. I remember that when I started studying Egyptian dance, this was the first book I grabbed, and it made me fall in love with the dance. Not only because of the information in it, telling me about the history of the dance throughout the centuries, but also because it is so damn gorgeous. And your eyes also eat. Yes. What is that? This is The Serpent of the Nile by Wendy Buonaventura. It is a gorgeous book, first of all. Okay, let's recognize that. You grab a cup of coffee or tea or whatever rings your bell, and you sit down with this book. You're in for a treat because it has gorgeous photographs, it has gorgeous paintings, a lot of illustrations that are going to make your soul sing. Let me show you a few. These are photos. Yes. Let me show you an Orientalist painting. There are a lot of them here. Look at this. Ah, so beautiful. This is the Jewish wedding in Morocco. Okay, all right. Look at this beauty. Oh my God. This is one of those books that you will want to read from the beginning till the end and then come back to for inspiration, to remember how beautiful this dance is. It tells you the story or the history of Egyptian dance from its beginnings to the present moment, and it also gives you light into the prejudices, the taboos, the fantasies and the archetypes we have built around Egyptian dance and where they come from. So if you want to start reading about Egyptian dance and all the universes that surround it, start here. The Serpent of the Nile by Wendy Buonaventura. The second book I have for you is a favorite of mine and strangely mostly ignored amongst dancers. It is a book that made me fall in love with Egyptian dance. It is the kind of book I go back to every time I need to remember why I fell in love with it. And although it's not a book about history, about facts or dance technique, it's one that gives you deep awareness about the core of Egyptian Oriental dance. What is it really? And what it's meant to feel like? What is the experience that it provides if we allow it? And this is Grandmother's Secrets, The Ancient Rituals and Healing Power of Belly Dancing by Rosina, Fawzia, Al-Rawi. Grandmother's Secrets. Then again, have you heard about it? Let me know in the comments below this video if you know about this book. This book was offered to me by a dear teacher and I read it in a wink. I loved it so much. It gives you an intimate tale, an intimate portrait of what it means to be an Arab woman learning Arabic dance amongst Arabic women at home, not in a professional universe, not in a school, not on stage, not with the glamour and the professional attitude that most of us nowadays associate with Egyptian dance, but within the home, within the realm of grandmothers and aunts and cousins and mothers who pass this art on from generation to generation. This is a private, intimate, personal tale of love for the dance, love for your female ancestors. This is a tale of connection between women and how Egyptian dance is practiced inside of the homes of Arabic women and Egyptian women. It is like taking a sneak peek into the privacy of an Arabic woman and falling in love with dance from their perspective. Once again, don't come here searching for historical facts or dance technical tips. It's not about that. It's about the way Arabic and Egyptian women practice dance in their own homes, in their own courtyards, in their own private, beautiful and complex lives. If this doesn't make you fall in love with Oriental dance, I don't know what will. And that's my second recommendation, basic reading for every Oriental dancer. The third book I have for you is a very well-known book and for good reason. This is a history book. It is extremely well researched and every time I read it, my head goes like, yes, yes, that's right, that's correct, yes, that's exactly how it is, exactly how it happens, yes, yes, yes. This is Karin van Nieuwkerk, A Trade Like Any Other, Female Singers and Dancers in Egypt. This is a history book, okay? It tells you about the progress, the history, the mentality, the facts around professional Oriental dancers and singers, mostly performers, public performers in Egypt from the 19th century onwards, okay? As I mentioned, this is extremely well researched, very well written, very accurate, and it gives you a realistic view of how dancers were perceived, why they were perceived that way, and why they are perceived the way they are nowadays. This is essential reading. I have suggested this book more than any other book that I can remember to dancers. I have interviewed the author, Karin van Nieuwkerk. You are going to find the link to that interview, to that talk in the description box below this video. I'm going to share it there so that you check it. It's amazing. We talk about this and other books from the same author because she has other equally amazing books. Okay, so I will invite you to check them. And this is the book that I go to every time I need a refresh on Egyptian dance history, contemporary Egyptian dance history. A must read for every Oriental dancer from beginners to professionals. Something that you cannot live without. The fourth book recommendation I'm bringing you is actually a double book recommendation, and it's about what I have written. Yes, I have two published books that I highly recommend, not because they're mine, not because I've written them, but because I believe that what it's in them, it's important for all Oriental dancers. So the first book I recommend by Joana Saahirah, yes, that's me. It's The Secrets of Egypt, Dance Life and Beyond. This is about aspects of Egyptian dance that now are becoming popular, but when I wrote this book in 2013, they weren't popular at all. This is what I call the secrets of Egyptian dance, aspects, less obvious aspects of Egyptian dance that really change the way you move and the way you live. It's also about a little bit of my history, real life history in Egypt. All the years I spent in Egypt as a student and then as a professional Oriental dancer. What does that mean? What does it take? And what are the hard lessons I learned from it? This is essential, must read. The other book that I have written in collaboration with a Slovenian photographer, Breda Jureko, is called Behind the Curtain. This is a book of poems, of little texts that bring you into the privacy of an Oriental dancer. They have beautiful photos by Breda. Okay, you can check these gorgeous photos. They were made mostly backstage in a beautiful theater show that we did in Slovenia, in Maribor. And the pictures and the texts tell you the story, the reality of what it happens inside a dancer, for real, in her craft, before the stage, before the shine, before she or he dances. This is a soulful portrait of the inner world of Oriental dancers, and one that I believe inspires you to dance and to live a little bit more according to your soul. I absolutely love this book. Once again, not because I wrote it, but because every time I open it and I read it, I say, oh my God, now I remember why I love the way I do things and why I love the way I dance and why I love everything about Egyptian dance. Now I remember. So if you want to get inspired, get this one, and for sure get this one. That's my fourth double book recommendation. The fifth and last book recommendation that I'm bringing to this video for this basic reading list is from an author that I love, admire, and respect. This is Nawal al-Saadawi. And although I love all of her books, I recommend above everything else Woman at Point Zero, this book that I'm holding in my hands. This is a portrait of a real life story. Nawal al-Saadawi, amongst many other things, was a psychiatrist, and she followed a specific woman at a prison in Cairo, a specific woman that was on death row. She was going to be executed for crimes committed and non-committed. So Nawal al-Saadawi had the chance to interview this woman in the condition of a psychiatrist, and that interview gave birth to this book. It tells the story of that woman. It is heartbreaking, it is revealing, it gives you a true glimpse into Egyptian society, the way women are treated, the way women lead their lives. It's not meant to make you depressed or to give you a bad image of Egypt. It's meant to give you reality. It's meant to inspire you and to give you a true vision of what being a woman in Egypt means, because that affects the dance. It affects the way women move. It affects the way women express themselves. Everything is connected. As I usually tell my students, you cannot learn about Egyptian dance without learning about religion, politics, economy, mentality, culture, history, and so many other parallel subjects that inform and shape the dance. Now, these are my basic book recommendations. I have so many more. We must read Naguib Mahfouz, the Nobel Prize of Literature of Egypt. We must read al-aswany, which is a contemporary author that I absolutely love. We must read Virginia Danielson's book on Kulthum. We must read I Loved You for Your Voice, and so many other books that are on my list and in my heart. If you want to have access to those books, claim the free PDF I am offering with my personal book reading list. Claim your free PDF right there. Enjoy the reading list, a more thorough reading list that I am recommending, and don't forget to start somewhere. Start with one book. Start with one reference. I'm going to share the titles and the authors of the books I have mentioned in this video also in the description box below the video, and of course I'm gonna share the links to my books if you want to purchase them and read them. I hope you do, and let me know about it, okay? Once you have read them, let me know what you thought of it, if you enjoyed them. Last but not least, let me know what is your favorite book on Egyptian dance or anything related to Egyptian culture in the comments below this video. If you like this video and if you would like me to bring more videos about books related to Egyptian dance and culture, click on yes, I like this video. Give it a like and drop a comment in the comments to this video. Let me know, Joana, I love this kind of content and I would love to know more about great books around Egyptian dance and Egyptian culture. If you like it, I'm gonna bring more of it, okay? Once more, subscribe to Joana Saahirah's free and fabulous newsletter. If you want to be a part of our community, right there, the link below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Aywa keda, and click on the notifications bell button. Now, excuse me, because I have some reading and some dance to do. I will see you and dance with you soon. Until then, all my love and my usual kiss. Mwah.